my channel. I hope you all are having a great day. In today's video, I am sharing with you my updated foundation routine because I have not done one of these in a super long time, and I've just found a really great routine that I have been loving. It's very fast, it's full coverage, it's just like thebomb.com. So yeah, it's just a very simple routine. I mean, honestly, it's not going to blow your mind or anything.
I mean, other than the fact that it's going to make it look fabulous.
Okay, enough. So, yeah, it's just a routine that I have been loving recently, and I hope you guys love it too. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so I have already moisturized my face. I used my Bare Minerals Biolucent Mineral Brightening Treatment. This is just a really good everyday lightweight moisturizer, and of course I'm going to go in and prime my face before I do my foundation, and I'm taking the Bare Minerals Prime Time BB Primer, and this is in the shade medium. I do have self tan on right now, so I like to use a primer that kind of evens out my complexion and makes it match my neck. So there's actually two that I use. I like using the Bare Mineral one, and then I also use the Becca Bronzing Skin Perfector. This is a really good just like multi-purpose product to make your face look really even and really tan. Not like overly tan, but you know what I mean. It just like evens out your complexion and just gives you a really pretty glow. So I use these two the most. But I found that the Bare Minerals one that I'm using right now works best with the foundation that I'm going to use. Okay, and now for the star of the show. I never thought that I would say this, but I have found the best compact powder foundation. You guys know that Bare Minerals Ready. I love Bare Minerals. I use the original foundation and the Bare Skin all the time, but the Ready foundation just never really worked with my skin. It was very heavy and it sat on top of my skin. I could just never get it to melt quite as good as I could the original. So I've been on the hunt for a good compact powder foundation forever, and I don't know why I passed this up so many times, because I had seen blog posts and I had seen reviews over how amazing it was, and I just kind of thought it was too good to be true. But after purchasing so many compact powder foundations and not being pleased, I finally decided to give it a try, and it is the MAC Studio Fix Powder Foundation. So this is called the MAC Studio Fix Powder Plus Foundation, I think, so you can use it as a setting powder or a powder foundation, which is what I use it as, and it works absolutely amazing. It literally just gives you the fullest coverage and just gives you like the most natural, fullest coverage, just amazing look. I've gotten so many compliments already with this foundation. I will say it's not as luminous as I would prefer it to be, but I'm okay with that. And I do have very dry skin, and it doesn't irritate my skin. It doesn't make my skin feel tight. So what I use to apply this is the Up and Up Kabuki brush. So this is the Target brand Kabuki brush. You can get this on their website. They may even have it at some Targets just in the actual aisle by the Up and Up brushes. So basically, same method for applying the MAC Compact Foundation as I do my Bare Mineral foundation. I just take a little bit onto the brush, and this is very pigmented stuff, so you only need about one tap, and then I just start buffing in circular motions. If you're looking for a really good, inexpensive brush to apply powder foundation, this one is amazing. I think it was like $5. And it does a really great job. I've had it for months now, and it's just great. So the shade that I wear in the MAC Studio Fix powder right now is NC35, and I do have self tan on, so you can see my neck is quite a bit darker than my actual face. Whenever I'm lighter, I wear NC25, which is very comparable to Fairly Light in Bare Minerals. This is very comparable to Golden Medium in Bare Minerals. So those are my two shades in case you guys are curious. Most of you probably know my skin tone whenever I am lighter. And I do prefer NC and MAC, basically anything, any of their face products, because I don't really like pink undertones, and NC just seems to work best for me. So I basically just keep buffing this in. I mean, it's just super easy. Okay, so you can kind of tell that the foundation has just really evened out my complexion, has given me some color, but it still looks very natural. It's not cakey at all. And another plus about this is it literally stays on all day. I mean, like, through thick and thin, this is going to stay on you. So very impressed with this foundation, and I'm just so glad that I have found it. So switching things up, this is something that I wouldn't normally do, but I've just found it works so well with this foundation. And it's applying the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Concealer on top of the foundation. So normally I wouldn't use a cream product on top of a powder, but this concealer just melts into the skin. I'm sure a lot of you guys are very familiar with it. It's a really popular full coverage concealer from the drugstore, and it's amazing, and it gives me just this gorgeous highlighted look. But it also does help cover up dark circles underneath my eyes. So I use the shade Neutralizer, which is a really pretty kind of just yellow, I guess like a light medium undertone. So what I do is you just twist it up, and I can never tell how much product is in this. Do you guys have that problem too? Okay, there's quite a bit. And I just start dotting this underneath my eye. And I don't want to get too crazy with the concealer, so I just do like a mini triangle. Okay, I twisted this up a little bit too much, but we'll just forget about that. But yeah, I just do like a mini triangle like this, and I try to get it as close to my actual under eye area as possible. I normally do a little bit less than this, but we'll just pretend like I didn't pump too much up. So then I just start taking my finger, and I try to blend as close to my eyelid as possible, because I don't want to have that, you know, that line where you can kind of see where your foundation starts and your concealer ends. So I just try to blend it as close as possible to my actual lower lash line. And then what I do is I take, where's my brush? Okay, I take the, this is actually a tapered blush brush from Bare Minerals, and you can just use any type of fluffy brush. And what I do is, after I blend it out underneath my eye directly, I just start diffusing it into my skin. So I just start buffing it in really gently with a fluffy brush. Like I said, this one is a Bare Minerals synthetic blush brush, and it just buffs into the skin so nicely. I mean, even with powder on my face right now, this just literally buffs in beautifully. So this is basically all I do. I just tap with my finger and blend with this brush. You kind of have a highlighted effect by using that concealer. And basically what I do to set that, and I'm really not super happy with this, I'm still kind of looking for a really good under eye powder. I just take the banana powder by Anastasia. So I basically just take a tiny bit of this banana powder and I just press underneath my eye. The reason I'm not in love with this powder is because, I don't know, I just feel like it can cause products to crease. And I know that sounds crazy because everyone is just obsessed with this, but if you go overboard with this powder, it will crease on you, and especially with this full coverage concealer. So leave suggestions down below for a good under eye setting powder that you guys have used before. I'm really interested in trying the Ben Nye banana powder because it looks like it's more finely milled. So I also take just a little bit of that banana powder and put it on my forehead and my chin just to highlight in those areas as well. And just to kind of blend everything together, I take my IT Cosmetics Bye Bye Pores powder, or I will use my Bare Minerals Hydrating Mineral Veil. This is just the powder that was closest to me. And I just pick a little bit of product up on a Up and Up powder brush, and I just sweep that all over my face. And this powder does a really great job of actually minimizing your pores. So I just think it's really good to use after you do foundation and concealer because it just helps to mesh everything together. Okay, so moving on to bronzer. This is a bronzer that I picked up actually just a couple weeks ago, and I've been using it non-stop. I'm totally obsessed, and it was recommended to me by one of my best friends here on YouTube, Alex. I know you guys know her, Alex Garza, and it is the Milani Baked Bronzer, and I got the shade Glow, which I think is what she was using in her tutorials as well. I may be wrong, but it's just this gorgeous like almost like a peachy bronzer, and it has a very shimmering gold, I don't know, like a just kind of swirls in it. I want to compare it really quick because it's actually very similar to the MAC Mineralized Skin Finish and Gold Deposit. It's not as orange as Gold Deposit is, it's not as warm, but if you're looking for a good dupe for Gold Deposit, then the Milani Baked Bronzer in Glow is just beautiful. So again, props to Alex for recommending this to me because it is literally amazing. So what I like to do is I go in with my Sigma large angled contour brush. I just pick up a little bit of product and I kind of start sculpting my face with this. I like to use a really warm bronzer first just to give my skin an overall just warm complexion before I actually sculpt. So I just take a little bit of this and I just start kind of sculpting around my cheeks and my forehead and just the usual places. One thing you will find with this bronzer is that it is very luminous, so it gives you a really gorgeous luminous glow. If you don't like that type of finish, then just use your regular bronzer. It's really no big deal. This is just my preference, and this is just, it's not too light, it's not too dark, and it's just the perfect bronzer for me. I'm just obsessed with it. So again, Alex had my back on this one. Okay, and just to sculpt my cheeks just a little bit more, I take the Fawn powder from the Anastasia Contour Kit on the same Sigma brush, and I just kind of like create like a shadowy effect right underneath my cheekbone here. Nothing too dramatic. For everyday just foundation, I don't do like hardcore contouring, so.
This is all I do, girl.
Obviously, your blush is going to vary on your preference. I have two that I've been using a lot lately. I have the Bare Minerals. This is the Ready blush. This was limited edition in the Thrill, which is a really pretty light peachy shade. It's kind of similar to NARS's Sex Appeal blush, if you're familiar with that. So I've been using that a lot, and I've also been using MAC Harmony. Whenever I want just a really natural kind of bronzy look, I'll go in with this one. Whenever I want a little bit more color, I'll use my Bare Mineral brush.
Okay, I slept in way too late today.
My Bare Mineral blush in the Thrill, which is what I think I'm just going to go ahead and use today. So I'm just taking that on a little Bare Mineral brush, and I'm just going to pop this on my cheeks. Obviously, I cannot forget highlighter, and I've just been back to my trusty Mary Luminizer from the Balm. It's just, I think it will forever be my favorite. I don't know if I can ever quit it. So I'm just applying that again with the Real Techniques contour brush, and it just gives me really exact placement where I want it to go. I do a little bit down my nose, a little bit on the forehead, and a little bit on the chin. So that is pretty much it, other than I use my Urban Decay All Nighter Spray. This is really important when using a powder foundation because sometimes, you know, powders, if you don't buff them very well, will sit on top of your skin. And the Urban Decay All Nighter is my best friend. It just helps to blend everything together, give you a really natural, just blended look. So I'm just going to spritz some of this on my face. And that is pretty much it for my updated foundation routine. I'm going to do the rest of my eye makeup and then come back to you guys. Okay guys, so that is it for the updated foundation routine. I think it is really simple, and it's just been my go-to everyday look. it's just perfect for really any occasion. Like, I can wear it just all day, and then if I want to like amp it up for the nighttime, it's really easy to do. Just a few steps. It takes me probably about 15 to 20 minutes to do every day. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you have any questions for me, feel free to leave them down below. Don't forget to comment and subscribe. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!